The world is one family, which emphasizes on a global perspective, prioritizing the collective well-being over individual interests. Similarly, the idea of one nation, one election also prioritizes the notion of conducting elections together as a family and vote for the simultaneous election. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Speaker, the dignitaries, and my dear fellow parliamentarians, today I stand here in front of you strongly in favor of the proposed bill of the House, that is one nation and one election. Honorable Speaker, the then President, Mr. Rehman rightly says that the citizens are concerned about the frequent elections in one part of the country or another, which adversely impact the economy and the development of the nation. We can see that the idea of one nation, one election is not called from the blue, because in the first general election to the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies were held, and it continued for 3 consecutive subsequent general elections, and it even remains true today, because in 2019 polls, we see in the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Sikkim were held together and simultaneously with the national election. Honorable Speaker, India has seen the success of one nation, one tax, one nation, one ration card. Then why not one nation, one election? Honorable Speaker, here I want to quote in the words of Albert Einstein that the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. So I doubt that the members of the opposition aren't that intelligent to bring a change for the interest of the nation. Now, that's very pathetic. Honorable Speaker, we have seen the epic failure of Chandrayaan-1 and Chandrayaan-2, but we have also seen about a successful launch. And hence we can say, though we have failed due to some reasons in the past, but we have made it a successful one. So why not one nation and one election? अरे जिस देगा इंडिया तभी तो आगे बढ़ेगा इंडिया. Honorable Speaker, in the past elections, we have seen how, because of the model code of conduct, the developmental policies, the schemes remain suspended. In 2014, we have seen the governance and the developmental activities remain suspended for 7 months. Imagine 7 months with no developmental activities, and we talk about good governance. This is nothing but the paralysis of the administration. Honorable Speaker, in the past election we have seen that there has been an insane amount of election expenditure. So my question is now, why not to adopt one nation and one election, which will ultimately reduce the expenditure cost, and there will be a win-win situation, because the capital, the state will be better allocated to the critical sectors like health, education and infrastructure. So here I quote, a penny saved, a penny earned. Speaker, in 2019 parliamentary election, it costed 60,000 crores in total, which is considered as the world's most expensive election, and this cost could be reduced to half if we adopt the one nation, one election. And if we consider the expenditure of the few largest states together during the election, that it is close to around 10,000 crores. Now imagine the expenditure cost of 28 states together. Honorable Speaker, I'd like to ask my opposition to count the number of zeros till I finish my speech. Honorable Speaker, in today's globalized world, we understand the people are so busy that they do not get ample time to think and vote for the respective candidates. But one nation, one election will provide them enough time to articulate, and thus the voter turnout will increase automatically and cut the voter fatigue. Honorable Speaker, we know that the political parties win election in the process. Their main motive is to win election, and in this process they promise various freebies, which ultimately create a dependency syndrome and put dent in a country's economy. Honorable Speaker, I mean, it's a global practice to have one nation and one election, and indeed will save it will save us from a lot of headaches, especially the opposition. It will save you from a lot of headache. Honorable Speaker, I think how it is sad that our Honorable Prime Minister had to invest his valuable time in frequent election campaign rather than investing in fruitful discussions and deliberations. Honorable Speaker, I assume my fellow opposition will definitely talk about the one nation, one election violates the principle of of federalism. But my question is how? I mean, one would have to be very naive to say that the nation makes election the convenience of the state and are totally diverse from the national election. So, as long as the states and the elected government and functions within the guidelines of the constitution, the federal structure will remain intact. So, I think the opposition will just bark upon the wrong tree. Honorable Speaker. So, with this, Honorable Speaker, fewer election cycle means less disruption in the government work, which will allow the bureaucrats and the elected officials to focus on the government. And at this moment, I'd like to conclude my speech and urge the opposition not to blindly oppose any bill being put up in the House. Thank you.